Why can't I beat him? I know I'm a good Pokemon battler. How is it possible not to even beat him once? Whether it be in my best tier or in my worst tier, this time I will win. Nothing's gonna stop me. I am the best. Third time's the charm, right? Hey, what is going on, YouTube? As you know from the trailer, the stupid trailer I made, this is the match against Dracomaster. It's the third time I've faced him. A annotation will be on the screen now if you want to skip to the battle, but and also 2 links down below of when I faced Dracomaster will be in the description as well. The last 2 times I faced him, I've lost. It was a very close battle. And I'm tired of losing to him. I want to win. He challenged me to an RU match, to my worst tier. That's fine. I got a good RU team. Because this team, I barely lose on Showdown. So I'm thinking, alright, this team's probably working well. And once again, I'm facing it with Jenner Core Wall and a Mungus. God damn it. But I'm going to lead off with my Cincino because I'm thinking he's going to lead off with the Sand Slash. So I want to break his 30 and kill him off in first turn by going for Bullet Seed. But he leads off with Medicham. Now going for the high jump kick is too risky for him at this point. So I'm thinking he's not going to go for the high jump kick. Because I do have the Spirit Tube. And I take that Ice Punch fairly well, and I can knock him out with the Choice Band and Tail Slap, but I miss, which is actually going to matter. This miss on this Medicham is going to matter because this Medicham should be dead right now. But I'm going with the Roast Beef, my Choice Scarf M-Board to take the Ice Punch because I know this thing is Choice because most of the time they are Choice. He takes it fairly well. This Roast Beef is still hot, warm, and good, and rare, medium rare, if people like medium rare. Point is, it's good to eat still. I go for the Wild Charge thinking that Slow King's gonna come in, but he actually goes to Stand Slash, which is actually a good play because one, it has 32, it's very defensive, physically defensive as well. So I know he's gonna get his free rocks up, so I'm gonna switch into my Rotom Cut. This is my Choice Specs Rotom Cut, as I do predict him to switch, and I'm glad he switched out to his Medicham because now I'm able to crypt this Medicham by tricking him a choice item that he's not going to benefit from, which is the Choice Specs, and I'm actually going to gain a beneficial item with the Choice Scarf, which I could trick on something else later as well. So this is definitely great for me because now this Medicham isn't really a big threat, but it still is. The presence of it still is. But he goes into Sand Slash again, actually predicting my electric move or just to take the hit because he has 30. And I wanted to go for full switch to get switch initiative, but it was kind of stupid of me. I definitely should have went for the Leaf Storm. So I'm going to go into my Fappuccino now, my Cincino again. This is Choice Banded. I think I've said that before. Just to take the predicted Toxic, but he actually switches out to Mungus, which is fine because I do outspeed it. I'm like, alright, this is probably a defensive one again. So I'm going to go for the U-turn, and then it does a lot of damage. So I'm like, okay, it's probably defensive because I'm Choice Banded. It should do that much. Going to go back into Roast Beef again, and he's actually going to go for a Giga Drain. And this Giga Drain is actually going to do more than I expected. I was like, wait, that did way too much. Is this another Choice Specs one? It turns out he's actually a Life Orb one. So this is going to be a big pain. This Amoonguss is a big pain in my ass. Amoonguss is a big pain in general in the goddamn lower tiers. But he's going to switch out to Entei now, as I predicted him to go into Slow King again. But he does predict my Flare Blitz correctly, but he goes into Entei. So I do get a crit on this one. It doesn't really matter though, because in terms of this Entei, it honestly doesn't really matter in my opinion. But I'm going to switch out now. I'm going to go into Flawless the Spiritomb because one, it's flawless because it has no weakness. Think about it. It's Ghost and Dark, no weakness. But I do predict this Extreme Speed correctly, so now I know he's more of a physical one. I just gotta find out if he's a Flame Plate physical or Choice Bandit physical. So I'm just gonna stay here knowing that I can take the Flare Blitz and I can knock him out with the Foul Play if he decides to stay in. But he actually switches out to Licky Lick instead, probably predicting me to switch into something else or just to take the hit. And I do go for the Foul Play. I do get a crit. This crit actually does matter on this Licky Lick, as you're gonna see later in the game. But now I'm thinking he's gonna go for a Wish. That's fine. I'll just go for a Willis, get residual damage, and make him waste his turn on protecting or heal belling. But he actually decides to switch back into Amoonguss, which is actually great, because now I'm actually going to get recoil damage on this Amoonguss, not only from the burn, but also from the Life Orb. And the only way he can heal is by switching out with the Regenerator, or if he wants to go for Giga Drain. So I'm going to go for the Foul Play, thinking this time he's going to predict my switch and go for the Spore. I'd rather have this thing asleep, but in hindsight, I could have put Emboar to sleep, because Emboar has Sleep Talk, but I didn't want him predicting that and going for the Sludge Bomb. But in hindsight, since he went for the Spore, I definitely should have went into Emboar. So gonna go back into Pappuccino now. My Cinccino, it likes to pap 5 times a day. That's pretty disgusting. But I just set it as Death Fodder. But he actually switched it to Entei, probably predicting some kind of switch or something. I wasn't really too sure. But I was thinking the Extreme Speed's too obvious and my switch in Spiritoon's too obvious. So I was thinking maybe he'll go for Flare Blitz, but he actually just goes for Extreme Speed. He makes the good play and predicts my prediction, so that's pretty good of him. As expected from someone that always beats me, god damn it. But I'm gonna go back into Flawless now, because I know I can take a hit. Also, I wanted to see if he's actually Flame Plate, because if he goes for Flare Blitz here, then he's Flame Plate. So I'm going to switch it to Rhydon to soak up the Flare Blitz, but he actually switches it to Slowking the Confucius. So Mr. Confucius is in, as I'm going to switch it to Rhydon. Now I have 2 choices, either to set up the Stealth Rock or go for the Mega Horn, but I'm thinking since we've been switching out a lot, Mega Horn's not going to be too beneficial, because he's probably going to heal that off eventually when he switches out a lot. So I'd rather get up the Stealth Rocks. And since he's probably switching in and out a lot, the Stealth Rocks are definitely going to help me. And also, I was thinking maybe Entei's down to that point where once it switches out into the rocks, it will die from the Stealth Rocks. So he's just going to take me out with a Surf. So I'm going to switch it to my Rotom Cut. Rotom Cut is definitely my most important Pokemon in this game. Momo, let's get it. Momo and everything down. But Entei's going to come in and he's actually going to live from the rocks. I did not expect that. I thought he was at a lower amount of health. As I go for the Leaf Storm, the reason why I'm going for Leaf Storm now is because I'm so afraid to go for Electric Move and getting Sandslash to have a free switch in. Because if Sandslash gets a free switch in, he can either pull a double switch predicting my switch or spin my rocks away. And I don't want any of those at the moment. So that's why I'm no longer going for any electric moves at the moment, even though I definitely should have risked it and went for the Volt switch. But now I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go into my Lantern. It's my specially defensive Lantern. I forgot to nickname it. It's supposed to be Lantern, because, you know, Orlando, they have these kind of animals, right? But he actually tricks me the Choice Specs. So it turns out he was Choice Specs. And this is actually going to help me, because I definitely need more of an offensive Pokemon at the moment rather than a special defensive Pokemon to take out his team, because his team is more bulky. Lantern is bulky / offensive, but now it's a bit more offensive and a little less bulky because of without the leftovers. Now, I stay in here because I'm thinking maybe he'll stay in and go for the Side Shock since I'm more especially defensive. So that way I can get a burn and get some residual damage off the Slowking. But he actually switches into Mungus. But now I got to predict him to either go for the Sludge Bomb or the Giga Drain. And I do predict him to go for the Sludge Bomb because the switch into Rotom Cut was pretty obvious. And I do predict this correctly. I'm able to live because of my special defensive bulk. Now, if I made the wrong prediction and you went for Giga Drain, this game probably would have been over because this Mungus would be at way more amounts of health and it'd be a big problem and I probably would have lost by then. So, I think that was very game changer for me in terms of me hoping to win. I'm not saying that I won, not saying that I lost. But I knew he'd switch out to the Slowking. I don't know why I didn't pull a double though. I definitely should have pulled a double into my Rotom Cut, but I guess I really wanted to burn the Slowking. So that was a really bad play on my part, relying on a Haxie Scald. So I'm going to go into my Spiritomb again because 1, I know he's probably going to go for the Psychic move and go for the Side Shock this time. And 2, I want to bait him to go for his stab move with Surf because it's 100% accurate. And that way I can switch it to my Rotom Cut to get a free switch into it. So that way it can soak up the Surf and still be able to live. So that's my current plan here. But he actually decides to switch to the Mungus in hopes that he can heal up some more, get some Regenerate and Giga Drain off as well when I'm going to try to wake up. But actually I'm going to switch it to my Rotom Cut, doing that plan that I said I was gonna do. So now Momo is gonna get a free kill on something. He's gonna mow something down, and it turns out he's just gonna leave this Amoonguss in to die, and I'm just gonna go for Leaf Storm. Now what I would have done there is probably switch into Sand Slash as Death Fodder. Actually no, because my rocks are up. Never mind. He made the good play here because I was thinking my rocks weren't up, but yeah, he makes a good play in letting Amoonguss die because nothing else really wants to take a Leaf Storm. He's gonna go into his Confucius now, the Slowking again. I know a -2 Leaf Storm won't take him out from this range, so I'm gonna have to go back into my Spiritomb. I'm gonna try that same plan again, but I'm gonna predict him to predict this plan, and then after he goes for Research, I'm gonna predict him to go for a Fire Blast, miss, I can get a Pain Split off and wake up, and get some more health back, so that way this thing can actually be more useful now, even though this thing actually has been really useful, even if it has been asleep. But unfortunately, he doesn't miss the Fire Blast. He also gets a crit. The crit doesn't matter, but he's able to knock out my Spiritomb. So now I'm down to 3 pokes. I believe he still has 4 pokes left. So gonna go back into my Rotom Cut. Nothing once again wants to take a Leaf Storm is what I'm thinking as he switches in Licky Lick. And as you're gonna see from this damage from this Leaf Storm, it's actually not going to take out this Licky Lick. But 2 Leaf Storms will, despite the fact that I have -2 special attack. Now if I didn't get that crit earlier with that power play, 2 Leaf Storms wouldn't have taken him out, and he probably would have healed up with a Wish, and this thing would have been a problem. That's why I was kind of keeping Emboar around. But since I did get that crit, that Licky Lick's gonna die, it's not gonna be a problem. But does it really make up for the hacks against this Medicham? I don't think it really did, because this Medicham is still a big problem, because now I have to switch something in to die. So I switched Lantern in to die, because I was thinking maybe he'll predict my switch into Ember and go for a trick, get the Choice Scarf back and outspeed everything. But in hindsight, I had Choice Scarf Rotom, which outspeeds Choice Scarf Medicham, so that's pretty stupid of me to do that. So I think Lantern would have definitely been more helpful right now. I should have definitely probably stacked Ember. But nothing, once again, wants to take a Leaf Storm, so Rotom Cut is going to claim another victim, mow down this freaking Sand Slash, and knock it out with a Leaf Storm. And at this point, I believe I'm down to 2 Leaf Storms left. With max PP, Leaf Storm, you get a total of 9 Leaf Storms. I've used a total of 7, so at this point, I only have 2 left. But now I can go for electric moves now, considering that Sand Slash is dead. But it kind of is too late, because for the range where Slowking's at, a T-Bolt won't take it out from this range. So I'm going to throw some roast beef at Confucius. I don't know how Confucius is going to like it, but unfortunately Confucius is not going to like it. He's going to go for the Fire Blast, incinerate my roast beef, and apparently Confucius is a vegetarian. I never thought Asians were vegetarians. I guess one of my Asian idols is a vegetarian. That makes me disappointed in him. Just kidding, there's nothing bad being a vegetarian. Gonna go back into my Rotom Cut. Once again, I know T-Bolt won't take him out from this range, and I'm just going to go for a Leaf Storm and knock out the Medicham. And I just got to hope a -2 Leaf Storm will knock out the Medicham. Because I know Medicham doesn't have the best like bulk in the world, best defense or special defense. So I'm hoping it will take it out. Because this is my final poke. And this is his final poke. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that a -2 Leaf Storm would take out a Medicham. But we all obviously know it's not going to. I'm at -2. If I was like Choice Bex -2, I don't think it would have even taken it out anyways. But he's just going to take me out with a pure power Psycho Cut. And that's going to be a narrow 1-0 victory on Dracomaster's part. So, key play of the battle was his predictions with his Sand Slash on my electric moves. This basically scared me and allowed me not to go for electric moves. I never went for electric move again because of that. And then also the tail slap miss on the Medicham. If I didn't miss that tail slap, this Medicham would have been dead and I would have basically won the game because his last Pokemon was a Medicham. So yeah, it was a very fun game though. I really like facing Dracomaster. He's a very good player and I always get a good match out of him. So he's probably one of the best Fogon players out there. To play at least. If you want a good battle, just play him. And yeah, I'm 0-3 against him. I am Superman and he's my Kryptonite and god damn it, I can't beat him. But I will beat him next time though. I may make a trailer again just because of out of boredom, but who knows. But I hope you guys enjoyed that RU match. And that about does it for me guys. So like if you like, comment if you like, and subscribe if you like. And I will beat Dracomaster next time!